What up, guys? I wanted to show you quickly what my S15 looks like after a double header Formula Drift round, and after putting it through its paces, putting it on the box, winning the event. It's not pretty, and I wanted to show you that because I've always shown you videos and photos of the car looking great. This is the reality of what happens after running Irwindale. Luckily, these 2F Performance body panels with the Duraflex body kit, wing, Sibon trunk lid, everything stayed intact. It just obviously got crunched up, but man, we ran this thing hard. We had drivers spin out in front of us in practice. Literally, the bash bar that runs back here got ripped off at some point during the competition. The cool suit is just strapped in, mounts are broken. We've replaced side bash bars, even bent the spare that we put in there. Obviously, tail light, the brake lights still work. Everything's just barely holding on there. That is the reality of it, man. Running tight tandem results in this rubber covering up this Boxo sticker, you know, just running into the side skirt, separating the layers of the door. This is what it looks like up close after you pull it off the trailer after Irwindale. 2 laps and the tires look like that. You know, the Falcon 615Ks work really good. We're actually really fortunate that we're able to squeeze out 2 laps with great consistency, but this is what you get after running 2 laps of the ideal wheel speed, where you're maxing it out and cranking it down just enough to have 2 laps. The RT660s in the front collect a ton of rubber. There's a bunch of debris coming through the finish line especially, and these things get hot and super sticky, and they just pick up everything in their path. That's why you see us scrubbing the front tires, getting all that debris off and getting some heat into them before we send the car at 80 plus miles an hour into initiation. We had some hiccups at Irwindale with the transmission, but thanks to QuickTime bell housings, it was super easy to pull it off. The slave cylinder stays in the bell housing. It's got provisions to just bolt it in there, no hydraulic lines to disconnect. The Texas Speed engine, he abused this thing so hard at Irwindale. If you look at videos, there's backfire that you see coming out of the tailpipe all the time, and that's because we're literally cracking into the rev limiter, just maximizing wheel speed and just beating this thing hard, and the Texas Speed engine just takes it. Honestly, the only thing we were doing is replacing the engine oil with fresh Lucas oil and checking the valve lash on the Crowler valve train, and doing that just preventatively, you know, just peeking in there out of curiosity to make sure everything's okay. One of the reasons that this thing survived one doubleheader after another without really digging into the motor is because of the electronics in the car. I really wanted to say thank you to Holly, because every electronic piece in this car, for the most part, is coming from Holly. Holly owns Race Pack. Holly owns NOS, nitrous oxide systems. And all those things work together so well and allow me to fine tune this thing. And there's safeties that are built into the SmartWire PDMs that control basically every circuit inside the car. So a huge thank you to Holly for supplying me with so many cool parts that are essential to keep this thing going all season long. I really can't wait to tear this thing all down and clean it up and have it ready to run next season. I hope you enjoyed the little sneak peek of what this thing looks like after a crazy doubleheader round